Middle Township High School.
It's not just 4 years,
It's for life.
We are Middle Township.
We are Middle Township.
Sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watch, where so gallantly streaming and rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cape May Courthouse for another Cape Atlantic League Tournament doubleheader here tonight. We've got quarterfinal action as the Middle Township girls take the court right now, and then the Middle Township boys will be on the court to follow at 7 o'clock. In the girls' matchup, the top-seeded Middle Township Panthers taking on the number 8 seed Atlantic City. Starters being introduced for both teams right now. Atlantic City comes in with a mark of 15-7 overall, coming off a win over Ocean City in the previous round. 46-36 was the final in that one. Middle Township, no problem against Bridgeton in the previous round of this tournament. 54-20 was the final score in that one. John Leahy's team coming in with a record of 19-4 overall. Second meeting of the season between these teams. They met all the way back on the opening weekend of the season. Ocean City PBA tip-off weekend. Middle Township won that game 58-28. So this is the second meeting of the year between these squads. Starters for Jason Lance's Vikings, it'll be freshman Layla Munir, freshman Ayana Frierson, junior Julia Marigliano, senior Tyson Parker, and freshman Sage Demby. So 3 freshmen among the starting 5 for AC. Starters being introduced right now for the Panthers as the house lights dim. And John Leahy will begin like this. It'll be junior Ainsley Frederick, along with seniors Reagan Powell, Maya Robinson, Abby Capoletti, and Sarah Farrow returning tonight as well. So 4 seniors and a junior, certainly more experience on the side of the Panthers. And the winner moves on to next week's Cape Atlantic League Tournament semifinals. Those games will be right here at Middle Township this year. And if Middle were to advance, it would be the 7 o'clock start on Wednesday night. Atlantic City will be wearing its road white uniforms with the navy numerals and navy trim. Middle Township will be in their home black uniforms with the orange numerals and orange trim. Middle Township boys will take on Vineland later tonight. That's another 1-8 matchup. Cape Atlantic League boys semifinals will be Tuesday night in Atlantic City, and then the championship round of this tournament once again at Egg Harbor Township High School 1 week from Saturday. So both teams getting set to jump this one up. Farrow missing the last few matchups with an injury. She's back in this one, obviously, in the starting 5. Panthers also getting key reserve Lexi Davis back, as she is in uniform, but was not for the previous win over Bridgeton. Bit of an awkward tip, but we're underway. Tipped way into the backcourt, and Middle's able to chase it down. Mike Frankel on the call with you tonight. Nathan McMaster on our camera, and we'll switch roles here in a little bit. Here's Frederick over to the wing. It's Capoletti. Back to Frederick. AC matches up man-to-man to begin the night. Farrow on the drive, kicks out. Reagan Powell, stop and pop in the paint, and it's good. First points of the night for the Panthers. AC wants to push quickly back the other way, a little bit out of control, but the offensive rebound put back no good. Capoletti grabs it, and she's on the move. Nice bounce pass to a cutting Robinson and gets the roll. Tremendous pass there from Capoletti, played the angle perfectly, and it's 4-0 Middle. Panthers also match up man-to-man. Here's Powell going to work against Demby. Again, a lot of young talent on this Vikings team. The freshman, elbow jumper in and out. Rebound cleared by Farrow. Capoletti, another great look ahead. This time to Powell. 6-0 run to begin the game for the Panthers. So Middle with its foot on the gas early on here. Into the paint, and that pass is too tall that time for Munir. And it'll be a turnover, possession right back to Middle. Vikings showing some full court pressure here. They'll try to match up man-to-man. Demby working against Capoletti. Abby gets it across the timeline. Here's Robinson looking into the post. Instead, she'll go up top. 3 on the way. And rolling off the front of the rim that time, Powell couldn't get it to drop. Atlantic City clears the rebound. Here's Parker. She backs it out. Up top, Marigliano drives, kicks back to Parker, cut off, bounce pass, 3 on the way from the wing, in and out. That was Demby who couldn't get it to go. Capoletti now. Up top, Frederick left open from downtown, back iron, no good, and the rebound taken by Frierson. But we have a jump ball as Middle was able to tie it up. Possession arrow in favor of Atlantic City. Here's Demby to walk it up. Vikings looking for their first points of the night here. Demby working against Powell. Over to the corner. Entry pass into the post. It's Munir. Turned away that time by Farrow. Here's Capoletti. Gets it to Robinson. Thought about a 3. Instead, she'll go up top. One more pass. Capoletti from downtown. That one too strong. And good rebound from AC there by Munir. 2-on-2 break here. Parker turned away, and Vikings will reset. Here's Frierson. And that's a double dribble. Frierson kind of lost the handle there thanks to Middle Township. Put it back on the floor. Easy call for the officials. So Middle pitching a shutout here through 3+ minutes. 6-0. Panthers with possession once more. Capoletti into the corner. The drive, glass, good from Powell. So Reagan Powell with 6 of Middle's 8 points. Atlantic City still looking to get on the board here. Here's Demby. Vikings swing it to the corner, now back up top. Morigliano step back, now gets the look. Offensive rebound. Munir can't finish. Another offensive board, third opportunity. The whistle blows, this foul will be on the floor. It's the first foul of the contest that comes nearly midway through the first here. They'll get Farrow for it. Substitution here for AC as Demaya Townsend, another freshman, checks in. Frierson getting the breather. Go over the top here. Got to be careful. Probably should have been a backcourt violation. The whistle stays silent. So Townsend comes away with it. John Leahy can't believe how that wasn't a backcourt violation, and now a foul is called. Looked pretty clear. So AC gets the benefit of the doubt there, and that'll be free throws as the Vikings will try to get their first points of the night from the line. First free throw up and good from Demaya Townsend. So the first point of the night comes from the bench for the Vikings. Second one off the mark. Good box out down low, but Demby's able to chase it down in the corner. Townsend, and she traveled. Get it into Capoletti. She's able to fend off the defender there, and Demby. Now Powell takes over on the handle. Gives it back to Capoletti. Frederick. Powell driving, trying to get the angle there. Ball is loose, goes out, last touched by AC. Panthers work it around. Capoletti, deep three on the way. Again, a little bit too strong that time. Whistle on the play. Looks like this one will go against Robinson. It does. Second team foul. Check that. Third team foul. So for Robinson, her first personal foul. Vikings still looking for their first field goal. When these two teams met back all the way in December, Vikings led by 1 after 1 before Middle Township pitched a shutout in the second quarter en route to that 58-28 victory. Obviously a lot of young players on Atlantic City, though, have gained a lot of experience since then. Loose ball on the floor. Good hustle from both teams as Robinson and Munir go after it. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Middle Township. Into Capoletti. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the first. Powell, full head of steam, kicks to the wing. Farrow, jab step, jump stop, good move, everything but the finish. Townsend pushing the other way. Munir in the post, strong move, left it short for a moment, but then it got the roll. Spoke too soon there as Layla Munir is able to convert down low. So she gets the roll on the tough move in the post. First field goal of the night for Atlantic City. Powell pops open. She'll jack the triple off the mark. And last touch by Frederick in the corner. So Middle racing out to that 8-0 lead. Panthers have cooled off a little bit since then, but still have a 5-point lead with 2:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Demby on the drive, turned away that time. Back up top, Morigliano into the corner. Townsend, a lot of contact, that's a charge. As Farrow takes one for the team. This will be Frierson back into the lineup. She replaces Demby. Nobody picks up Capoletti, so she's got a free dribble into the front court. Over to Frederick, now gets it back. Farrow with the catch. And the turnover here. Townsend took it away from Powell, lost it on the drive. Short offensive rebound and the putback from Tazon Parker. And with that, Atlantic City is within 3. Here's Frederick. To Capoletti, out to Robinson, and that's a travel. So Vikings to inbound. We got 1:31 remaining here in the first period. Atlantic City on a 5-0 run, looking for more. They can pull within 1 or tie with a 3 on this possession. Marigliano on the drive, turned away by Capoletti. Gets it back out to Parker. She's guarded by Frederick. Parker to her left, into the corner. Post pass, contested. Frederick with the steal. Capoletti ahead to Robinson. And almost like a wide receiver, she looked over the wrong shoulder at first. By the time she tried to adjust, it was too late. So a good defensive play on one end from Robinson, but then can't locate that pass, so the Panthers turn it right back over. Demby back in. She's on the handle here. Farrow came over to help, but Demby was able to go glass and hit. 7-0 run for AC. Vikings within 1. Frederick picks up her dribble in the paint, kicks it out to Capoletti. Into the corner now, Robinson driving baseline. And we have a whistle. We'll see if it was on the shot or on the floor. It will be on the shot. So 2 free throws here for Maya Robinson. And a chance to end that 7-0 run for AC. Maya gets the roll on the first. Hannah O'Neill into the lineup. The sophomore replaces Frederick. And Leahy checks in, Ella Leahy, for Sarah Farrow. Marigliano also checking back in for the Vikings as Parker takes a seat. Two for 2 there for Maya Robinson. She has 4. So Robinson and Powell combining for all 10 of Middle's points. 30 seconds to go. Atlantic City down 3 with the basketball. Closing moments here of the first quarter in this Cape Atlantic League Tournament quarterfinal. Marigliano in the corner, guarded by Capoletti. Back up top, this is Townsend. We're down to 11 seconds. Step back, Demby, jumper off the front of the rim, good box out. And we have a travel. So Maya with the, Robinson with the great box out down low. Atlantic City came over and actually grabbed the rebound, but then traveled. So 6.6 for the Panthers to work with. Capoletti has to hurry, looks at the clock, down to 4, 3, 2. Capoletti from midcourt, and it's short. So we got a tight one here on Tom Paracco court after 1 in this Cal tournament quarterfinal. Middle leads by 3. It'll be Nathan McMaster with you for the play-by-play after this. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by Corrado Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of the Middle Township quarterfinal matchup. Atlantic City versus Middle Township. Atlantic City down by 3 right now. Some scoring grabs before we get started up. Reagan Powell, she's leading Middle Township with 6. Maya Robinson with 4. And for Atlantic City, Laya Munar with 2. Parker with 2. Demby with 2. And Townsend with 1. Frierson driving in. Stolen. Here's Robinson. Hands it off Capoletti. Capoletti pushing it up for Middle Township. Here's Leahy now. Powell lonely for 3, and she drains it. So Reagan Powell wide open in the corner. Cashes that one out. Here's Margliano. Hands it off. Here's Parker. Parker to Frierson. Frierson had space. She takes a 3. No good. That's rebounded by Moore. Moore trying to fight for it down there. Whistle blown, jump ball. Arrow pointed towards Middle Township. So Middle Township taking over possession as Powell inbounds. Capoletti to receive. So it's 13-7 right now at Tom Faracco Court. Here's Robinson to Leahy. Capoletti back to Leahy. Here's Robinson. Robinson going to work, puts it up, and she's fouled on the way up. So she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. She was fouled by Marigliano. So Robinson has she makes the first one. So she has 5 on the night so far, pending the second free throw. Again, the only scorers for Middle Township is Maya Robinson and Reagan Powell. Hits the second one off the back iron. And now she's gonna catch a foul there on the floor. She fouled Frierson. So checking in for Middle Township, Sarah Farrow. She's in for Maya Robinson. So 7-point game. And Townsend comes back in for Atlantic City. Here's Margliano to Frierson. She's in the corner. Tries to find more in the paint. Flicks away. Powell ripping for it. Now she's pushing up the offense. 6:10 left. 6:30, excuse me. Left. Steal by Moore. Moore ripping. Now it's Margliano. Long pass. Here's Townsend. 3-on-2 right now. She puts it up herself. No good off the back glass. That's going to be out on her. So it's going to be Middle Township's ball. 6:17 left in the second. Middle Township up 14-7. Powell is set to inbound. O'Neal receiving it this time, and she's going to step out of bounds. So Ainsley Frederick checks in for Hannah O'Neal. Townsend stolen by Farrow. Capoletti now pushing it up. That pass was intended for Moore. Here's Powell to Farrow. Farrow puts it up, layup, and it's good. So Sarah Farrow gets her first points of the night. Whistle blown, timeout called by Atlantic City. So Middle Township up 16-7, and we'll be back for some more Middle Township basketball.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by Corrado Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action.
So back after the timeout. So Middle Township beat Bridgeton on Wednesday 54-20, and Atlantic City beat Ocean City 46-36. Here's Margliano. Frierson, long pass. Here's Townsend. Townsend trying to go to work on Powell, and she does it. So Townsend has 3 on the night. Here's Capoletti pushing it up for the Panthers. Frederick, now it's Powell. Capoletti drives in, mid-ranger, no good. Margliano now for Atlantic City. Margliano finds Parker. She tries, puts it up, no good. Jump ball is the call there. Atlantic City has the arrow pointed. So in for Atlantic City, Munir and Demby. So Demby inbounding finds Townsend. Townsend goes up, tries to do it again. Blocked by Powell. She grabs her and rebound. Gives it to Munir. Munir loses it, so it's going to be Middle Township's ball. Good defense by Regan Powell and Sarah Farrow as Hannah O'Neill checks back into the game for Ella Leahy. Frederick pushing the ball up for the offense for Middle Township. O'Neill, now it's Powell. Frederick now, flick of the wrist off the back iron. Denby got the rebound there. Denby to Townsend. Bounce pass, here's Parker. Denby drives in mid-range and it's good. So Sage Denby has 4 on the night, as it's now a 5-point game with 4:15 left in the second. Here's Farrow now, drives in, tries to take it herself, and she's gonna get called for traveling. So here's Townsend, under 4 minutes to go. Margliano, guarded closely by Capoletti. She tries to find Munir, flick of the wrist from Margliano. Offensive rebound by Townsend, she doesn't get it. Parker now, offensive rebound, puts it up. Now Regan Powell ends up with it. So she's pushing the offense. Now kicks it O'Neill, Farrow, Frederick, Capoletti in the corner. She's wide open. No good. Offensive rebound by O'Neill, and she gets that one for Middle Township. So Hannah O'Neill grabs her first points of the night as a timeout called. So Middle Township up 18-11, and we'll be back for some more.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action.
We're back after the timeout. 3:15 left in the second. Middle Township up 18-11. So here's Denby bringing it up for Atlantic City. Denby to Parker. Munir, and that's stolen by Sarah Farrow. Here's Capoletti. Under 3 to go, back to Farrow. O'Neal to Frederick. Farrow again, she drives in, finds O'Neal, she tries a 3. No good, offensive rebound by Farrow. She puts it up off the glass. No good again, rebounded by Parker. So here's Margliano. Denby now cools down the offense a little bit, resets it. Denby, mid-ranger, and it is good. So Sage Denby leading Atlantic City with 6 so far tonight. Here's Farrow now to Powell. Capoletti now, she tries a long 3. No good, O'Neal now with the steal. It's a one-on-one in the paint. She tries a free throw range and it's good. So Hannah O'Neal gets a good steal right there and makes Atlantic City pay for it. Here's Townsend now, bounce pass Munir. Margliano. Denby back to Townsend. Townsend drive in and Sarah Farrow takes a charge again. So Middle Township regaining possession as Townsend charges. Sarah Farrow, Lexi Davis checks into the game for Middle Township. As well as Frierson and Moore for Atlantic City. So a minute 20 to go in the second. So here's Reagan Powell now going to work. Whistle blown. Yeah, that foul was on Parker, so Reagan Powell's gonna go take some free throws. Minute 13 left. Middle Township up by 7. She misses the first one. Reagan Powell leading Middle Township. She has 9 so far tonight. So almost scoring half of Middle Township's points. And she makes the second one. Here's Frierson. She loses that one. Long pass from Margliano. So Middle regains possession with a minute 8 left. Capoletti guarded closely by Denby. Pushing now, here's Powell. Under a minute to go. Powell now going to work. Steps on the brakes. Here's O'Neal now. She tries off the glass. No good. Davis almost got the rebound, but there's going to be a foul called on the floor. So Reagan Powell got the foul call on that one. So Atlantic City will have possession. Here's Demby now. Sarah Farrow set to check in. Margliano now, flick of the wrist, no good. Davis now, under 30 to go. Capoletti, long pass, here's Powell. Powell doesn't care about the time. She takes a mid-range and she checks it. So Reagan Powell has 12 on the night. It's the clock run down. Under 10 to go, here's Demby. Demby trying to take it herself. She tries a long three. Capoletti now, she needs to get a shot off. Under, here's one now. No good, just grazes the net. So Middle Township puts up a big second quarter right there, jumping the lead to 10. So we will be back for some more Middle Township basketball after the half.
Why Middle Township High School? Because Middle makes a difference. In the classroom, educators at Middle motivate. When it comes to the arts, our Panthers perform. Middle's Navy cadets take command. On the field and on the court, Middle Township Panthers play to win. Everyone's story is unique at Middle Township. In fact, diversity is our strength. Panthers are prepared for the next steps after high school. So why Middle Township High School? Because Middle makes a difference. The Panther experience. It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
Middle Township High School.
It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
We are Middle Township.
We are Middle Township.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action.
Welcome back to the second half of the Cape Atlantic League quarterfinals. Middle Township versus Atlantic City. Middle Township up 23-13. Some scoring wraps before we get started up. So we got Reagan Powell leading Middle Township with 12, Maya Robinson with 5, and Hannah O'Neill with 4. And for the Atlantic City Vikings, we have Munir with 2, Parker with 2, Demby with 6, and Townsend with 3. It was a close game at the start. Middle Township only up by 3, and they kind of took away in the second quarter of this, being up by 10 as they are now. So the starters coming back in for both teams. Middle Township moving right to left on your screen. Atlantic City left to right. So Powell inbounding. Here's Capoletti. Capoletti now. Here's Powell in the corner. Drives in baseline. Long kick out. Frederick. She tries a 3. And she gets it. Good bounce. And Ainsley Frederick gets her first points of the night. Here's Margliano to Demby. Demby back to Margliano. Step back, trying to create some space. Bounce pass. Here's Parker. Goes up. Farrow now. Rebound. Capoletti. 3-on-2. Here's Frederick. Back to Capoletti. She drives in. Finds Frederick lonely in the corner, and she cashes that one in. So Ainsley Frederick back-to-back threes for Middle Township. She has 6 on the night. Scores now 29-13. Here's Demby now. Pull-up 3. No good. Rebounded by Robinson. Here's Capoletti. Robinson, 29-13. 6:42. Frederick launches a 3. No good. Rebounded by Frierson. Here's Frierson now. Stolen. Here's Robinson. 6:23 left. Robinson goes up. It's a one-on-one in the paint. No good. Too strong. Frederick now fighting for it, ripping for it. Jump ball's the call. Atlantic City will have the basketball. Checking in for Atlantic City, Townsend. So inbounding Margliano. Demby bringing it up. 6:10 left in the third. Middle Township up 29-13. Atlantic City has the ball. Here's Demby. Parker back to Demby. Demby now mid-range. Not close at all. Looks like the referees are saying last touched by Middle Township. So it's going to be Atlantic City's ball. Long pass. Here's Margliano, guarded closely by Capoletti. The scoreboard right now is not working, so we'll be updating you on the time and score. So 5:36 left in the third. Middle Township up 29-13. 5:36 again left. And Ainsley Frederick earned her first foul of the night on that one. Here's Townsend. Margliano finds Demby. Demby to Townsend. Capoletti almost got the steal right there. Here's Margliano now. Steps on the break, mid-range. No good. Farrow and Munir trying to save the ball, but it's going to be out on Sarah Farrow. So Atlantic City basketball. 5:14 left in the third. as Demby inbounds it. Margliano going to work. Townsend now, she drives in, guarded closely by Farrow. Townsend goes up. And there's gonna be a whistle blown, foul called. Looks like on Sarah Farrow, which it is, so that foul's gonna be on the floor. That's her second of the night. Middle fans were looking for the third charge of the night, but did not get it. So Demby inbounding, finds Margliano. Back to Demby. Demby driving baseline, kicks it out, looking for Parker, but nobody passed the arc. So it's gonna be Middle Township's basketball. 4:50 left in the third. Middle Township up 29-13. Capoletti moving it for Middle Township. Frederick to Powell. Now it's Robinson. Robinson kicks out. Farrow. Farrow finds Frederick. She's lonely off the screen, and she cashes that one in. So Ainsley Frederick scoring 9 consecutive for Middle Township off a three-pointer. She has 9 on the night, puts Middle Township up 32-13. As Farrow almost gets the steal right there. Whistle blown, foul called. Yeah, that foul was on Farrow again. Hannah O'Neill in for Sarah Farrow. She has 3 fouls so far tonight. After this quarterfinal match, the Middle Township boys will be playing Vineland in the Vineland squad, rolling up now, preparing for that 7 o'clock game. So it'll be streamed here on Athletics YouTube channel as Frierson tried to mid-range. She gets her own rebound, knocked to the floor. Whistle blown again. So it's going to be Middle Township's ball. So Powell inbounding. Here's Capoletti. Guarded closely by Demby. 4:08 left in the third. Middle Township up 32-13. Frederick under 4 to go. Here in the third, Frederick almost gets it knocked away by Frierson. Frierson ends up getting the steal off of Frederick. Frierson, long pass. Here's Parker. Parker drives in, blocked by Reagan Powell. Powell ends up with it. Capoletti bringing it up, 3:40 left in the third. Powell trying to take it coast to coast, puts it up. Foul called. Yeah, that foul was on Monet Parker, so Reagan Powell is going to go to the line to shoot 2. 3:35 left in the third. Middle Township up 32-13, pending the 2 free throws. In to check in for Atlantic City, Peyton Moore. As Reagan Powell gets the first one, she has 13 so far tonight. So Moore's in for Parker. Reagan Powell averaging a little more than 15 a night. Middle up by 20. And Reagan Powell makes it 21, so she has 14 so far tonight. Here's Margliano. Frierson now driving in, puts it up off the glass, and it is good. So Frierson gets her first points of the night. Here's O'Neill, throw 5 left in the third. Middle Township up 34-15. Now here's Capoletti. Top of the key, now here's O'Neill. Robinson going to work, puts it up, tough shot, and she hits that one. Maya Robinson has 8 so far tonight as Demby. So Margliano let that one fly. Robinson ends up with it. There's gonna be a traveling call on Robinson. So it's gonna be Atlantic City basketball. Checking in for Atlantic City, Munir for Denby. Also, Middle Township, Lexi Davis coming in for Maya Robinson. 2:36 left in the third. Middle Township up 36-15. Here's Munir now. Margliano lets it fly, and she cashes that one in. So Julie Margliano gets her first points of the night as a timeout is called. So we'll be back for some more Middle Township basketball.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty.
So we are back after the timeout. So the scoreboard is now working. So you will be seeing live updates on your screen. So 2:30 left in the third. Middle Township up 36-18. So again, Lexi Davis checking in for Sarah Farrow. Middle Township has possession. Reagan Powell looking to find someone before that clock runs out. She finds Frederick. Frederick now wants the ball. She's pushing it up for Middle Township. She finds Capoletti. Capoletti, Frederick. Davis now, Frederick in the paint. No good, rebounded by Frierson. So under 2 to go here in the third. Frierson creating space. Now here's Denby. Frierson to Margliano. Now it's Parker, back to Denby. Denby, Frierson, she puts it up. No good off the rim. Here's O'Neal. O'Neal to Frederick. Frederick steps on the break. She launches a 3. No good, rebounded by Parker. So here's Parker to Denby. Now it's Margliano, guarded closely by Capoletti. Minute 10 left in the third. Middle Township up 36-18. Margliano finds Denby. Denby now going to work through traffic. Puts it up, no good. Here's Powell now, long pass to Frederick. Frederick taking it back around. Capoletti ends up with it, top of the key, quick pass. Here's O'Neal. Under a minute to go. Here's Powell now, driving in, puts it up, foul called. So clock stops at 43.1 as Reagan Powell goes to the line to shoot 2. That foul's on Monette Parker. That's Parker's second foul of the night. Checking in for Atlantic City, we have Moore and Munir. Also for Middle Township, Miller. So Reagan Powell hits the first one. So Moore's in for Frederick. Excuse me, Miller's in for Frederick. As Powell hits the second one, so she has 16 on the night. Under 40 to go. 20-point game. Denby going to work, tough shot. No good. Munir puts it up. No good. She puts it up again, and she finally gets it. There's Capoletti now really pushing it. She's got under 3. Miller puts it up. No good. Davis now puts it up. No good. She saves it. No look pass. Here's O'Neal. She tries a 3. Rebounded by Moore. Margliano, she has 4, 3. She puts that one up from deep, and she hits it right before the buzzer. So Margliano with that 3 puts her at 6 for tonight and makes it a 38-23 ball game. We'll be back for some more Middle Township basketball as Mike Frankel takes over on play-by-play.
Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. Fourth quarter action coming at you here from Tom Farraco Court in this Cape Atlantic League Tournament quarterfinal. Middle Township a big third quarter there as the Panthers lead Atlantic City 38-23 with 8 minutes to go. Boys game coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. It'll be Middle Township against Vineland, another 1-8 matchup. It's both Middle Township teams earning the top seed in their respective tournaments. Panthers basketball to begin the fourth. Ainsley Frederick, a monster third quarter. She's back out there. Here's Capoletti to Robinson. So starting 5 on the floor for Middle. Here's Powell wide open for 3. Reagan's up to 19 points as Middle continues to stretch the lead. Munir in the paint with a catch, a turn, and a finish. Layla has 6 on the night. Capoletti on the handle. She's been steady with it all night long. Abby is scoreless so far tonight, but she's gotten things in motion for Middle. Here she is with the basketball again. Strong drive from Farrow and the kiss off the glass. Her second bucket of the night. 43-25 with a minute gone by here in the fourth. Parker on the drive, gets to the baseline. They're going to say she was fouled from behind, count it, and 1. So Tyson Parker with the bucket and a chance to complete a 3-point play. This will be Townsend back into the lineup. Parker with some power dribbles before some quick ones. Very unique free throw routine. And it works for her. Completes the 3-point play. So the Vikings trying to hang in this one, down by 15. Still nearly 7 minutes to go. Winner moves on to play right back here as Middle Township will host the Cal Tournament semifinals on Wednesday night. And now a steal. Townsend takes it away. Robinson hits the deck. Stolen back by Powell. Powell ahead of the pack. Reagan coast to coast. So Powell now with 21 after that chaotic sequence. AC trying to answer. High arcing shot, and it goes for Frierson. Looks like we have a shoe tying situation here, hence the whistle. Chance to remind you that tonight's action is brought to you by Corrado Painting, by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by MENZ Coastline Realty, by Victorious Boutique in Cape May. As bodies are flying here, Vikings with another steal, and they come up with it, and now poked away by Farrow. Just pure chaos here as the two go tumbling out of bounds. It'll stay with middle. Action also brought to you by Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, by Penn Jersey Building Materials, by Sue White, Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in action. So the timeout taken there by John Leahy. Just wants to calm his group down a little bit. Comes with 6:11 to go here in the fourth. Middle Township, that 15-point lead. We mentioned it near the beginning of the broadcast. It's actually the second meeting of the season between these teams. They played in Ocean City in what was the first game of the season for Middle, I believe the third at the time for Atlantic City. It was a tight game after one. Middle able to really pull away in the second quarter and route to a 30-point win. Story a little bit different here tonight, as Middle was up by about 13 or so, but really kind of stretched it in the third. So middle of the game is where this Middle Township team has been able to pull away from Atlantic City. But as we mentioned, still plenty of time to go. AC again comes in with a mark of 15-7, knocking off Ocean City on its home court to begin the Cape Atlantic League tournament. Middle Township cruising by Bridgeton a couple of nights ago. Boys action coming up at 7 o'clock. Middle versus Vineland. Vineland in the middle of an outstanding season. Schedule much different than Middle's, though, hence why Vineland gets the 8 seed. Middle, the number 1 seed. Panther boys just 1 loss in the Cape Atlantic League all year. By the way, the Panther girls just 2 losses in the Cal all year. 1 to Olma, 1 to EHT. And on the girls' side, EHT is the number 2 seed in this bracket. So here we go out of the timeout, into the corner. Trying to go back to Capoletti maybe. No, instead they set a screen for Powell. Should be a kickball. Leahy wants one, doesn't get it. Here's Marigliano on the bounce. Into the post. Good size advantage, but it rolls off the rim down there. Moore could not finish. Capoletti now with the basketball. Nobody picks her up. Thought about a 3. Thought better of it. She initiates the offense. Into the corner. Here's Robinson. Reagan Powell now. And Capoletti. Drop coverage off of Robinson. She'll step in. And they're going to say traveling is the call there, as the officials say that Robinson gave up her pivot foot. First glance looked like a pretty smart play. She got the defender in the air and drew the foul. So AC basketball after the turnover. Lexi Davis in for Robinson. Marigliano trying to find a teammate. It was Munir. The officials disagreeing here. Initial call in favor of the Panthers. I think they're going to maybe switch this one. And they do. So the Vikings will keep it. The senior, Peyton Moore, checks back in. Munir to the bench. Nope, she'll stay. AC changes its mind. It's Townsend with a breather. Up top, Munir catches above everyone, and then she walked. Couldn't get her feet organized in traffic. Another turnover as the teams trade those. 5:11 remaining, 15-point advantage here for Middle Township. Demby checks back into the lineup. She has 6 tonight, tied for the team high with Marigliano and Munir. Here's Capoletti, 3-on-2 developing, kicks it over to Farrow. Taking her time in the paint, turns again, kicks it out. Capoletti, she'll try the 3, in and out. Frederick, the weak side rebound, and she was fouled. It'll be the first team foul of the period on AC. Looks like they will get Parker on that one, her second personal. Capoletti to trigger, up top, Davis. And she lost it on the way up, taken away that time by Morigliano. Now a scramble for it. Demby comes away. Townsend into the corner. Mid-range jumper on the way. And that one is good from Frierson. Second time she's hit a shot from that spot. Again, the Vikings just trying to hang around, down by 13, 4.5 remaining in this Cape Atlantic League Tournament quarterfinal. Powell picks up her dribble, gets it to Capoletti. Capoletti was fouled that time by Demby. Second personal on Demby, second team foul of the fourth. Be side out of bounds for the Panthers. Capoletti, she'll try for three again. That one no good. Davis, another offensive rebound, carves out some space and gets two. So Davis, her first two of the night, to stretch the lead back to 15. Frierson going to work on Davis, and she threw it away. Good defense there from the senior, forcing the turnover. Capoletti gets it across, gives it up. Powell back to Frederick up top. Panthers get into their offensive set here. Under 4 minutes to go. Lexi Davis hands back off to Capoletti. Panthers in no hurry here. Demby initiates the 5-second count. Gives it up to Frederick. Up top, Powell wide open. Three on the way. Nothing but net. So Powell's up to 24 points. And the middle well on its way at this point. The lead is 18 with 3:19 remaining in the contest. Townsend with the catch. Back to Morigliano. Pulls up with the elbow. Into the paint, poked away by Davis from behind. Frederick with the steal. She's able to find Powell. Powell over to Capoletti. Panthers looking to burn some clock again here as we are now under 3 minutes to go. Winner of this game gets either Mainland or Hamilton in the Cal semifinals. Wildwood Catholic, the 3 seed in this bracket. We mentioned EHT's the 2. That ball's poked out, last touched by AC. So Middle able to burn over 30 seconds of clock there. It'll be a change for Jason Lance's team. Monet Parker returns to the lineup along with Soleil Parker. So maybe trying to go a little offense-defense here. Vikings will have to start fouling. Capoletti gets it into Frederick. Tight defense there from Monet Parker. Dangerous pass into the corner. Last touched by AC. Taken away. That one stolen by Townsend. Powell chasing. Townsend left it short. Gets her own miss. And she's fouled on the way back up. And player shaken up on the play there. It looks to be Sarah Farrow. And she's down under the basket in some pain here. So the training staff will tend to her. So we got 2:09 remaining. Middle on top in this one, 50-32. We'll take a quick break, be right back. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May. Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty. Penn Jersey Building Materials. Sue White, Hub International Insurance. And by Panthers in Action. Training staff still tending to Sarah Farrow under the hoop there. Again, 2:09 to go, 50-32 is our score. Panther live streams brought to you in part by the Bellevue Tavern in Cape May Courthouse, located at 9 South Main Street. In historic downtown Cape May Courthouse, the Bellevue Tavern is open for lunch and dinner and is also ready to host your next private party. That applause you hear is, of course, Farrow back to her feet, as you're seeing there. And you'd expect that with this lead and with the time, she may be done for the night, but we'll see. Again, great sign that she's walking off relatively on her own power. She had been fighting through injuries of late. They seem to be working on her for what looked like treatment for a cramp in the leg, but again, tough to tell from up here. So free throws coming here for Townsend. Does not get the roll on the first. Hannah O'Neill checks back into the lineup. O'Neill with 4 points off of the bench tonight. Townsend hits the second. She's got 4 on the night. The lead is 17 now. Full court pressure, of course, from Atlantic City. Capoletti's been up to the challenge all night long. Races by a defender. Now she'll slow it down. Gives it up, gets it back. And this time it's poked away as she hits the deck. She wanted a foul called there, but AC gives it right back. O'Neill comes up with it, and now a timeout is taken by John Leahy in Middle Township. So the clock will stop again, 1:42 remaining, and Middle in control, up by 17, was a 3-point lead after one. 13-point lead at the half, 15-point lead after 3, and now up to 17. Middle Township will actually play a game tomorrow outside of the Cape Atlantic League tournament, originally scheduled to play Timber Creek before the Chargers decided against that. So Middle's able to pick up a game against Shalleck. So they'll be right back in action on the road tomorrow morning. Of course, Cape Atlantic League tournament, like we've been talking about, continues next week, and Middle Township will host the girls semifinals for the first time. Tip-offs are set for 5 and 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Boys semifinals in Atlantic City on Tuesday, and the Middle boys trying to punch their ticket later tonight, taking on Vineland. Some other seeds on the boys' side. Ocean City is the 2. They're taking on Mainland tonight. Good matchup in the 4-5 game tomorrow on the boys' side, as Holy Spirit will take on rival Atlantic City. And then the 3 seed is St. Augustine, taking on Lower Cape May, the 6 seed, in a matchup in which the Caper Tigers actually just won about a week ago. So that's the lineup on the boys' side. Back to girls' action here, 50-33. Middle able to get it in out of the timeout. Capoletti. Over to Powell. Capoletti able to keep her dribble. Back to Powell. And AC, if it wants to stop the clock, will need to start using these fouls to give. Just 2 team fouls so far. Travel is the call, as Frederick hit the deck. Here comes those offense-defense changes. So it will be Sage Demby, Marigliano, and Moore back into the lineup for Atlantic City. So the Vikings got to go quick. 1:14 remaining, down by 17. Desperation time here for AC. Lance reminding his team you got to go quick, but already a longer possession here as we're under a minute. Morigliano drives, fakes the pass, bump, and a heady play there by the junior. She stops the clock, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. It looks like they're going to get Davis on the whistle there. Her first, team's third. In and out there for Morigliano. Robinson back into the lineup for middle. She replaces Davis. Meanwhile, Atlantic City going with these defensive changes again. Ava Varallo, one of the players in, I believe for the first time, wearing number 10. 1 of 2 there. That gives Morigliano a team high 7 points. Pretty balanced scoring for the Vikings. Frederick back to Powell. Reagan across the timeline. Gives it up to Capoletti. And Atlantic City not fouling yet. Again, a couple of fouls to give before the Vikings would send middle to the line. So I might just try to play this one straight up with the deficit what it is. Capoletti, she is fouled. That will stop the clock. So again, no free throws yet. Atlantic City still has another foul to give if they want to press the issue here and try to extend the game. Capoletti pops open, walks it across to Powell. We're under 30 seconds to go. Looks like the Vikings may just play this one straight up here with the deficit being 16. Still trying to force a turnover, but not taking a foul per se. Here's Capoletti. We're under 15. And that should just about do it as we're under 10 seconds to go. So the home fans start clapping. Townsend with a bump on Powell, and that'll lead to a turnover. So obviously it won't matter in the end here. It will be AC ball with 2.5 seconds to go. And of course another shoe tie first. So the Vikings get it in. 3 at the buzzer, won't go. And Middle Township is moving on to the Cape Atlantic League semifinals. The defending champs a win away from returning to the Cal tournament title game. 50-34 is your final here tonight. Reagan Powell, another outstanding performance. She had 24 points. Frederick, a big third quarter to really put this one away. She had 9. Robinson with 8. Farrow with 4. O'Neal with 4. Davis with 2 off of the bench. Capoletti scoreless here tonight, but an outstanding floor game, number of assists and steals. In the loss for Atlantic City, Morigliano had 7. Frierson 6. Munir with 6. Sage Demby with 6. Tyson Parker with 5. Townsend with 4. So Atlantic City falls to 15-8 overall. Middle moves to 20-4. And of course, moves on to the Cape Atlantic League Tournament semifinals. They will play at 7 o'clock right here on their home floor on Wednesday night. Stay with us. Boys action still to come on this same live stream. So we'll be back with you in just a bit. But for now, for Nathan McMaster, I'm Mike Frankel. Join us in a little bit for the boys game. But for now, the girls move on with a 50-34 victory.
Middle Township High School.
It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
We are Middle Township.
We are Middle Township.
Why Middle Township High School? Because middle makes a difference. In the classroom, educators at Middle motivate. When it comes to the arts, our Panthers perform. Middle's Navy cadets take command. On the field and on the court, Middle Township Panthers play to win. Everyone's story is unique at Middle Township. In fact, diversity is our strength. Panthers are prepared for the next steps after high school. So why Middle Township High School? Because middle makes a difference. The Panther experience. It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, could subject the violator to ejection, and may result in penalties being assessed to your team. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. The referees for this game will be Frank Burbridge, Tim Meadows, and Ronnie Ruiz. Right now, would everybody please rise, remove your hats, and remain quiet while Middle Township senior Madison McNeil sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cape May Courthouse for the second half of this girls-boys doubleheader. Boys action on tap here as Middle Township takes on Vineland in the Cape Atlantic League Tournament quarterfinals. Mike Frankel on the call with you for this one. Noah McMaster on our camera. Vineland comes in as the number 8 seed. Middle Township is the number 1 seed. This is the round that Middle Township was upset a year ago against Holy Spirit. Of course, the Panthers winning the Cape Atlantic League title 2 years ago, trying to get back to the semifinals with a win here tonight. Vineland comes in with a mark of 19-3. Fighting Clan will be wearing their road white uniforms under head coach Will Wareham. And starting 5 for Vineland tonight, it'll be junior James Lawson, the leading scorer on this team. The big man in the middle is Ricardo Johnson. He's also a junior. And alongside those two will be senior John DeVault, junior Dominic Bailey, and senior Teovian Davis. Middle Township under head coach Lamar Greer. They'll be wearing their home black uniforms in this one, coming off a win over Wildwood Catholic to open the Cape Atlantic League tournament a couple of nights ago. That game was actually pretty tight for 3+ quarters before the Panthers pulled away down the stretch. Starters for Middle Township tonight. It'll be the sophomore point guard Angelo Panzini, junior guard Mason Morawski, junior forward Kanye Perkins, senior forward Alex Daniel, and senior forward Chase Moore. So Moore, Morawski, Panzini, Perkins, and Daniel, the starting 5 for Middle Township. Vineland, by the way, coming off a victory over arch rival Millville as the Fighting Clan beat the Thunderbolts for the 3rd time this season. The most recent one, the most important, 41-35, the victory to get here. Winner moves on to Tuesday night's Cal semifinals. Action will be in Atlantic City this year. And the winner of this one gets either Atlantic City or Holy Spirit in that matchup. Those two teams will be playing tomorrow. Other side of this bracket, Ocean City taking on Mainland tonight, and St. Augustine taking on Lower Cape May. Good crowd on hand here as we are moments away from tip-off. Middle versus Vineland for the right to move on to the Cal Tournament semifinals. And we're underway on Tom Farraco Court. Lawson able to wrestle that one away, and Vineland will begin with possession. Middle matches up man-to-man. They have Moore on Lawson to begin the night. He's doubled, throws it off Daniel's foot and out of bounds. So Lawson to trigger here. Finds Bailey. Here's Davis. Vineland playing without Chris Thomas tonight, who's one of the key members of this Fighting Clan squad. Taken away by Daniel. Daniel stripping Lawson and goes all the way in for 2. Gives Middle the early advantage. Here's Bailey with the basketball around a high screen from DeVault. Keeps it and gets 2 from the baseline. So Bailey with the answer for the Fighting Clan. Nice look, Moore down low, and finishing is Morawski. Morawski, one of the leading scorers for Middle Township in the victory over Wildwood Catholic a couple of nights ago. Lawson gets a touch here, goes around a screen, finds the big man down low, pivots, glass, can't go. An offensive rebound for Vineland, and finally Moore clears. Originally it was Johnson, couldn't get that one to go, and now we have a foul in the backcourt. So it'll be the first team foul, first personal foul on Vineland. They're going to whistle Davis for that one. Here's Panzini to bring it up. Vineland goes man-to-man as well. Daniel muscling down low, poked away from him. It'll stay with the Panthers. So Moore to trigger this one for middle. Daniel keeps it to the corner. Panzini cut off by Lawson, turns, glass rejected, and that is what Rico Johnson does. Number of games this season where he's had 7, 8, even 9 or double-digit blocks, and he is a paint protector for Vineland. Morawski now, top of the key. To Daniel. Daniel's had some big scoring games for Middle Township this season. Scoreless in the victory over Wildwood Catholic. Perkins, the pump, the drive. No good on the shot attempt down there, and he'll go over to Vineland. Middle Township girls winning earlier tonight, knocking off Atlantic City. So the Lady Panthers already into the Cal semifinals. Those on the girls' side will be right here on Wednesday night. Lawson gives it up. This is Davis. And they're going to say last touch by Chase Moore. So nearly a turnover there. It'll stay with the Fighting Clan. Here's Lawson. Over to the wing, Bailey. Now back up to Lawson. Lawson doing all of his damage from the free throw line in the victory over Millville. Stop and pop here from the elbow. That one won't go. Battle for the board. Johnson has it. Waits up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. First foul of the night against the Panthers. They get Chase Moore, his first personal, obviously. Johnson good on the first, his first point of the night. We mentioned Vineland without the services of Thomas. Middle, on the other hand, as healthy as they have been, could see a 9 or even 10-man rotation tonight for head coach Lamar Greer. We're tied at 4, just about 3 minutes in. Perkins for 3, nearly banked it in. DeVault, good box out. Vineland has it. Lawson on the handle. Couldn't get the roll. Panzini had it for a moment. He was fouled. DeVault will pick up the foul there. It'll be the second team foul on Vineland. And for John, his first. Daniel over to Moore. He'll fire for 3. That one won't go. Lawson with the rebound. So a bit of a slow start for both teams. Locked at 4, nearly 4 minutes in. Lawson over to the corner. Step back, 3 on the way. Bailey, and he drills it. So the junior, Dominic Bailey, with 5 early points. Gives Vineland the lead. Morawski, the soft touch. Brings the Panthers within 1. Here comes the double. Moore looming. DeVault, skip pass. Bailey has it. Going to work against Moore. Pass him off to Perkins. Gets it back to Lawson. Steps into a deep 3 and hits. So Lawson's first points of the night. The lead is 4 for Vineland. Daniel spins baseline. Up top, Perkins left open. Can't answer. Moore tips it out. But it's Bailey pushing the tempo the other way. Ball on the floor. Johnson picks it up, spinning, up, and rolls in. Johnson now with 4. Vineland doubling up middle early here. It's 12-6. Morawski knocked away, and we have a block called. Morawski a little bit out of control, but able to kind of gain possession at the last moment before he took the bump. It'll be the senior Adam Wabash into the lineup for the first time for middle. He replaces Perkins. Moore to inbound, floats it up top to Daniel. Moore comes to collect. Wabash slips the screen. Moore still has it. Still on the move. Shot altered, if not blocked down there by Johnson. Here's Lawson the other way. Nice look down low. DeVault for two. And that'll lead to a timeout for Middle Township. Vineland is on the run here. Fighting Clan out to a 14-6 lead. Panther live streams on the Middle Township Athletics YouTube channel, brought to you in part by the Bellevue Tavern in Cape May Courthouse, located at 9 South Main Street in historic downtown Cape May Courthouse. The Bellevue Tavern is open for lunch and dinner and is also ready to host your next private party. ULMER'S Appliance Repair for all of your household appliance repair needs. Call ULMER'S Appliance Repair, 609-368-4444. Penn Jersey Building Materials is your South Jersey home for concrete and concrete accessories. Penn Jersey offers a variety of products for both the professional and the do-it-yourselfer. Locations throughout New Jersey are easily accessible, and new products are introduced weekly. Visit penn-jersey.net for more information and a list of their locations. CORRADO Painting is an MTHS alumni owner-operated company with talented long-term employees known for their attention to detail and clean work environment. Since 2009, their courteous and professional painters have been servicing residential and commercial clients in Cape May County. Call 609-602-7807 for further information. So Vineland surging ahead here, an 8-point lead, just under 3 to go in the first. Vineland is the 8th seed. Again, 19 wins coming in. Strength of schedule not nearly what Middle's was this year. So an interesting clash. Panzini over to Moore, gets the step, kick to the corner. Morawski wide open for three. Can't get it to go. Johnson the rebound. Good look there for Morawski, just didn't drop. Lawson gets separation, floater, rolls out. Daniel had it for a moment, and they're gonna say it went off of him. So Lawson to inbound here, baseline out of bounds. Floats one over the top, Panzini nearly poked it away. Bailey able to gather it. Here's Javian Brown into the lineup, wearing number 13. He's got the ball now. Gets it over to Bailey. Pass is tipped by Moore. Into the corner, pump, and he walked. Darion Hawkins ready to check in for middle. The junior replaces Panzini. So middle looking for a bucket here to try to stop the Vineland momentum. Hawkins on the handle. Up top, Wabash. He'll try the three and hit. Big bucket from the senior, Adam Wabash. He was in double digits, one of the leading scorers in the win versus Wildwood Catholic as well a couple of nights ago. Lawson keeps the defender on his back to DeVault, gets two. DeVault's second bucket of the night. Quickly back the other way. Moore wants a goaltend. He at the very least will get the foul called. Obviously no replay system here. We'll see if the officials talk it over. Again, Moore and Middle claiming goaltending. There was a foul called. They're going to say no goaltend. So we'll be shooting 2 free throws. So the foul is on DeVault. That's his second, 4th team foul on Vineland. So already the senior DeVault in some foul trouble. Moore off on the first. Gets the roll on the second. First point of the night for the senior Chase Moore. 6-point game. Vineland with the lead and the basketball, approaching 1 minute to go in the first. Lawson comes over to collect. Here comes the double, able to give it up to Brown. Brown on the handle. Back to Lawson. He'll be doubled right there. Tough spot. Finds a teammate along the baseline. It's Bailey. One more. Johnson rejected by Moore. Chase Moore got up and blocked Rico Johnson. Moore stepped on the line as he came down with the basketball. So it'll be Fighting Clan ball. Into DeVault. Kind of plays a little ping pong over there. Looked like it was last touched by Vineland, but the Fighting Clan will keep possession. DeVault splits a double team. Into the corner. Bailey thought about a three. Deep NBA three on the way from Lawson. No good. Moore crashing the boards again. DeVault's got to be careful. That's his third. Just not a heady play there as John DeVault was on the floor. A couple of reasons. That's his third personal foul. That's free throws for middle, as that's the 5th team foul. So a huge foul called there, as we're not even to the second quarter. DeVault's been a factor. The officials just realizing that it is the 5th team foul. So Moore back to the free throw line. Again, misses the front end. Here he goes with the second. So again, Chase Moore 1 out of 2. He's 2 out of 4 from the stripe so far. 5-point game. Vineland still with the lead and the basketball. Lawson gets it across. Tipped into the paint and fresh into the game and the bucket down low. Kick to the corner. Hawkins, he'll try the three. No good. Wabash the rebound. He was falling down. Here comes Vineland again. Cut off by Morawski. Bailey still in the bounce. Wild shot, no good. Daniel has it. Middle has 10 seconds to work with here. Gets it ahead. Morawski couldn't catch it cleanly. And Middle turns it over with 5.2 seconds remaining. Bucket at the other end, by the way, from Nathan Boone, wearing number 44. Vineland has to go quick. Lawson, the pass. Johnson, I believe, got it off, but couldn't get it to go. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. So after one, Vineland on the road, up by 7 over Middle Township. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Second quarter about to get underway here in Cape May Courthouse. Vineland leading 18-11. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by 7 Mile Pies, by Haven House, by MENZ, Coastline Realty, by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, by Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, by Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. So Middle with some work to do here, down by 7 after 1. Daniel gets the catch to a cutting Morawski all the way around the rim and in. Good finish from Mason. He's got 6. Hawkins going to work against Lawson. Lawson gets the step, keeps him on his hip, and bumped from behind. Lamar Greer in the Middle Township bench, not necessarily in love with that call. Pretty physical first quarter, but Hawkins picks up the early foul there, his first. Alex Daniel gets a breather, and Perkins returns to the lineup. Lawson over to Brown. Here's Bailey. Lawson again. Dumps it down low, and then blocked from behind by Hawkins. Perkins comes up with it, as Boone was turned away from behind by the smaller Hawkins. Hawkins on the move, all the way in, kind of lost his balance at the last moment. His shot hit the bottom of the rim. Johnson gets a touch, top of the key. Over to Brown. Lawson off a pick, splits a pair of players, hangs, can't get it to go. Perkins, another rebound. Moore ahead to Hawkins. Back to Moore. Chase back to Hawkins in the corner. Whips a pass up top. Wabash will try another 3. That one too strong. And the rebound grabbed by Johnson. Comes the double. High post Johnson. 2 players wide open down low. Rejected down there by Chase Moore. So again, Boone is blocked, and Moore with another block. Here comes Chase on the run. Great pass, Morawski, and the finish. Chase Moore throwing a block party. Middle within 3. Lawson again beats the defender. Euro step in the lane, couldn't finish. Wabash the rebound this time. Ahead to Hawkins. Middle can tie with a 3. Pull within 1 with a 2. Wabash left open, in and out. And we're going to go the other way. So a foul on the rebounding action here. See who they get. It'll be the second team foul of the period on the Panthers. They'll give it to Mason Morawski, his first personal foul. Hawkins to the bench. Daniel back in. So Middle playing at the moment without a true point guard. Going a little bit bigger here. Bailey catches, whips the pass down to Johnson. Vineland wanted a foul call that time as they thought there was contact from Perkins. Whistle silent, last touch by the Fighting Clan. Wareham not agreeing with that no call. But again, Middle Township basketball down by 3. Just about 3 minutes gone by in the second. Moore, Daniel, 3 on the way. Too strong. Wabash chases it down in the corner, trying to rip it away. Floats a pass down to Moore. Moore finds Morawski, pumps, drives, kicks. Skip pass, Perkins. Muscling in. And they're going to say foul on the floor. And that's going to aggravate Vineland's bench even more. Again, the Fighting Clan feel like there's a discrepancy between the contact at both ends. So that foul's on Johnson. Keep an eye on that. DeVault, 3 fouls in the first quarter. Johnson's first. Size-wise, gets a little thin after that. Moore. Quick pass. Daniel, 3, in and out. Perkins goes over the top to grab it. Morawski thought about a 3. Daniel says, let's settle things down. Daniel on the drive, whips a pass out. Perkins, 3 on the way. That one won't go. And this time they're going to get Moore on the loose ball foul. So that'll be the second foul on Chase Moore. All of a sudden, he's in a little bit of foul trouble. Third team foul. Panzini checks back in for Chase. Vineland has not scored in this period yet. Lawson over to Bailey. And now back to James Lawson. Comes the double. Beats them both. Bailey, he'll try the triple. That one won't go. Perkins the rebound. Here's Panzini now. Middle's gotten plenty of open looks from distance. Not many have fallen to this point. Perkins, one more. Panzini, he'll try the 3. That one won't go. 2-on-1 break here. Lawson pushing the tempo. Gets it to go and 1. Panzini kind of got caught in no man's land there. Thought about taking the charge. Stayed with it at the last moment. And by the time he decided, he slid right under to Lawson. So James Lawson goes to the line. And he completes the 3-point play. And now a timeout is taken by Vineland. It is a 30-second timeout as the Fighting Clan lead 21-15 with 3:57 remaining in the contest. Quarterfinal action in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. Middle winning this event 2 years ago. Will Wareham, former head coach at Wildwood Catholic. His Wildwood Catholic team went to the final last season. Of course, now at Vineland. Taking over for previous head coach Dan Russo with the Fighting Clan. Russo still on the staff, as he's also back as the head football coach at Vineland. And the Fighting Clan in the middle of their best season in a long time. But again, the question became, with the strength of schedule, how would they match up against the Panthers? So far, so good for Vineland. Panzini gets things going, and that pass is taken away. Looking for Daniel, taken away by Lawson. Lawson going to work on Panzini, spinning, hanging, counted and 1. So Vineland led by 7 after 1. The lead right back to 8 now. Lawson a chance to make it 9. Panzini to the bench. Hawkins returns to the lineup. Another 3-point play. All of a sudden, James Lawson is up to 9 points. The lead is 9. Here's Hawkins with the basketball over to Perkins. Middle goes into the post. Daniel. Johnson looming. He's able to get around him and get 2. Much needed bucket for the Panthers. Daniel has 4. Bailey from downtown. That one won't go. Perkins, another rebound. Kanye over to Wabash. Down low, Daniel. Perkins drives, takes the contact. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Some other scores coming in on the boys' side from the Cape Atlantic League tournament, thanks to our friend Tom Williams. The 3rd-seeded St. Augustine Hermits taking down the 6th-seed Lower Cape May 51-41. And the 2-seed Ocean City knocking off rival Mainland, which was the 10-seed, 42-29. So that's one half of the semifinals Tuesday night in Atlantic City, as that ball does not drop through. So it'll be number 2 Ocean City versus number 3 St. Augustine on one side, and then one of these teams against either Holy Spirit or Atlantic City in the other semifinal. Perkins hits the second, his first point of the night. 6-point game, under 3 to go here in the second period. Lawson thought about a deep 3. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Bailey. Now he gets it back. Middle has switched to a 2-3 zone look on defense. Morowski and Hawkins up top on it. Wabash comes out. Mid-range jumper. Daniel the rebound. Nearly lost his balance. Able to maintain his dribble. Daniel still on the move. Finds Perkins. Kanye up top. Wabash open for 3. Another 3 for the senior Adam Wabash. He's been huge here in the Cape Atlantic League tournament. It brings the Panthers within 3. Lawson holding. Hawkins coming out to speed him up. Lawson splits a pair of defenders, somehow maintains his dribble, throws it up. The putback by Johnson is good. Daniel working against Boone, kicks to the corner. Hawkins for 3, and that one is good. So the Panthers heating up from downtown. First field goal of the night for the junior Darion Hawkins. It's a 2-point game as we approach 1 minute to play in the half. Over the top. And back outside to Lawson. Lawson floats one to the corner. Bailey will try another 3 from that spot and hits. So Dominic Bailey with 8. Daniel going to work against Boone in the post. No help yet. Daniel, and that shot was altered by the presence of Johnson. So we'll see if Vineland tries to hold for 1 here. Fighting Clan leading by 5, 30 seconds remaining. Again, the Panthers trying to speed him up. Lawson stripped away by Hawkins. And they're going to say last touched by Vineland. Wait a minute. The two talk about it, and they'll stay with the call. I think Will Wareham thought that one of the officials was coming in to change the call. The two say that it goes off of the leg of Lawson. To be honest, Middle probably the beneficiary of a close call there, we'll say. 12 seconds to go. Whipped into the post, Daniel. And he traveled. Was trying to find Wabash in the corner and just ran out of real estate along that baseline. So Vineland has 6.6 seconds to work with. Fighting Clan roll the ball. Now here they go. Lawson under 5. 3. Lawson drives, looking for Johnson. It's loose, and that's it for the first half. So Vineland making his presence known on the road here as the Fighting Clan lead top-seeded Middle Township 29-24 at the break. We'll step aside for a few minutes. Stay with us. Second half still to come.
Middle Township High School.
It's not just 4 years, it's for life.
We are Middle Township.
We are Middle Township.
Why Middle Township High School? Because middle makes a difference. In the classroom, educators at Middle motivate. When it comes to the arts, our Panthers perform. Middle's Navy cadets take command. On the field and on the court, Middle Township Panthers play to win. Everyone's story is unique at Middle Township. In fact, diversity is our strength. Panthers are prepared for the next steps after high school. So why Middle Township High School? Because middle makes a difference. The Panther experience. It's not just 4 years, it's for life. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, Amanda MILSTEAD, Sotheby'S International Realty, Penn Jersey Building Materials, Sue White Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. Halftime just wrapping up here in Cape May Courthouse. Mike Frankel on the call with you. Noah McMaster helping us out with our camera here tonight. Vineland leads Middle Township in this Cape Atlantic League quarterfinal clash. Scoring in the first half for Vineland. James Lawson, a couple of big three-point plays there in that second quarter. He leads the way with 9. Dominic Bailey has 8. Ricardo Johnson has 6. John DeVault has 4, also with 3 fouls though. And Nathan Boone 2 points off of the bench. For Middle Township, Mason Morawski pacing the Panthers with 8. Adam Wabash with 6. Alex Daniel with 4. Darion Hawkins with 3. Chase Moore with 2. Kanye Perkins with 1. Winner moves on to the Cape Atlantic League Tournament semifinals. Tuesday night in Atlantic City. St. Augustine and Ocean City already winners tonight. Those two teams will face off on one side of the bracket. That'll be in AC again on Tuesday night. The horn sounds, but the officials are not back in a stunning turn of events. And here they come. Everybody loses track of time once in a while. Can't do it without the Zebras, so here they come. First meeting between these teams, by the way, since 2023. So no real recent history between these squads. Looks like Middle Township will have their starting 5 on the floor. That's Moore, Morawski, Panzini, Perkins, and Daniel. DeVault returns for the first time since the late stages of the first quarter, as Vineland will also have its starting 5 on the floor. DeVault, Bailey, Johnson, Lawson, and Davis. And we're underway here in the second half. Vineland, of course, in the road whites with the basketball, moving left to right on your screen to begin the period. Bailey launches. That one's off the mark. Panzini with the rebound. Moore wants to push ahead to Morawski. Back to Moore. And now the Panthers will set up their offense. Daniel swings to Chase Moore into the post. Perkins, good matchup here against Johnson. Mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. DeVault, the rebound taken away by Daniel, and he gets the roll. Daniel just picked his pocket. DeVault never saw him. And the soft touch from the big fella, middle within 3. Lawson probing, just gave it away, threw it right to Morawski. Jumped before he had a target, couldn't find anybody. Here comes Moore, skip past Perkins, jab step, and just kind of lost the handle when he went to pass it. Vineland wanted a foul called there. Didn't get it. Moore thought about a 3, drives, kicks, Perkins, one more. Panzini, triple on the way, in and out. Moore, an offensive rebound. Lays it off to Perkins for the stuff! Kanye Perkins with the throwdown. Panthers within 1. Bailey trying to answer. And they have a foul called there as his shot hit the side or back of the backboard. But they're going to say contact on the way up. That Perkins jam getting the student section fired up once again. Again, tremendous crowd here tonight. You can see it obviously from across the gym, but under our broadcast position, student section down to our left, as full as it's been all season for Middle. Dominic Bailey's been good tonight. That's his 9th point of the night, matching Lawson. Makes a pair. So Bailey, first player into double digits now with 10. Lead back to 3 for Vineland. Daniel in the post, working against Lawson, mismatch there. Throws a pass to Perkins, couldn't catch it cleanly on the move. So turnover, Lawson. Kicks, Bailey, thought about a 3, drives, back to Lawson. Now a mismatch here as he's working against Perkins. Perkins, couple claps of the hands. He wants the challenge. We'll see if Lawson wants it as well. Picks up his dribble out there. Finds Bailey. Against Moore. Round a screen from DeVault. They switch. Bailey, nice patience there as he goes off glass for two. Quickly back the other way. Morawski going into a shooting motion, but they're going to say the foul was on the floor. So it's back to a 5-point deficit. It's what it was at the half. And Moore to inbound here. That foul is against Bailey, his first. Perkins, left open for three, and he drills it. So Kanye Perkins has been heating up. The dunk and now the triple. He was 0 for from distance in the first half. Middle right back within two. Moore nearly took it away. Bailey able to grab it there. Gets it over to Davis. NBA three, Lawson. Down it goes. So Vineland continues to front run here, keeping middle at an arm's length. Morawski trying to answer for three. Too strong. The rebound grabbed by Davis. Lawson thought about another deep three, gives it up. Gets it back. Again, the pump fake, the drive, kind of the slow Euro step. And that's usually going to be a travel at this level. Chase Moore on the wing, downloaded Daniel, working against Davis. Pass is tipped, Panzini able to gather it. Perkins, Panzini stripped from behind, nobody saw it. Morawski, jump stop in the lane, off the mark, battles for the offensive rebound, gets it back. Another chance for middle, Perkins out to Panzini. Wanted to pass it, instead he'll shoot and get the dead ball spin. That thing just died on the rim. And all of a sudden, some players who couldn't hit much in the first half, hitting some threes. Perkins and Panzini, middle back within two. Johnson, cut off. Here's DeVault. The drive, too strong. Johnson rejected by Moore. That's at least 4 blocks on the night for Chase. Trying to go coast to coast, and he does. Chase Moore. His first field goal of the night. We're locked at 36. Wabash waiting to check in, just kind of enjoying the show right now from a seated position at midcourt. DeVault catches. All of a sudden, middle with momentum. Here's Lawson, trying to put Vineland back on top. Interesting matchup here. Perkins in charge of him. Pump up under, good. Pro move there from James Lawson. He's got 14. Morawski thought about a three. Gives up to Daniel, spins. Whips a pass to Perkins. Stripped on the way up. Panzini dribbled it off DeVault's foot. Bailey on the move the other way. The follow that time by Davis. Davis was the only player from either team following that. 2 middle players went for the block. Definitely altered the shot, but then Davis had an easy bucket. Perkins, strong through the lane, can't get it to go, but he will go to the stripe to shoot 2. So they get DeVault on that. That is his 4th. So a good start for the senior here tonight. 4 early points. He's been in foul trouble ever since. Although managing to play the first 6 minutes or so of this quarter before picking up number 4. Perkins off on the free throw. DeVault to the bench. Brown back into the lineup. Wabash also finally in after waiting at the table for a couple of minutes. Perkins trying to salvage the trip here. He's got a dunk and a 3 in the second half. Well short, though, on the free throw. So Vineland holding that 4-point lead. That pass was tipped, so no backcourt. Lawson walks it back across. Fights through the contact. Johnson went over everybody to grab it before Chase Moore was able to get it the second time. Ahead to Wabash. Moore thought about a 3. Drives up and under. Again, he'll draw the foul that time. Johnson, just such a threat as a shot blocker. So nothing's easy on takes down there tonight, and Moore had that in mind. Kind of double clutch there. And he was actually able to draw the foul on Davis. Middle has not been great from the free throw line here tonight. Moore is 2 for 4, and again, short on that one. So 3 straight misses from the line for the Panthers. Morawski quickly back in, this time for Perkins. Moore hits the second. 3-point game, Vineland with the basketball, 1:33 remaining in the third. Winner moves on to the Cape Atlantic League Tournament semifinals in Atlantic City on Tuesday night to face either Holy Spirit or Atlantic City. Middle goes zone again. Vineland in no particular hurry here. See if the Panthers extend out a little bit. Lawson dribbling right on top of the Tom Faracco court logo. Gets it back now. Under a minute to go here in the third. Panthers extending a little bit, yet to come all the way out though. Skip pass, stolen away by Chase Moore. To Morawski, good. So Middle just kind of baiting Vineland there as Lawson taps his chest and says, my bad. 1-point game. Vineland with possession again though. Chance to possibly hold for 1. Fighting Clan led by 7 after 1, led by 5 at the break. Panthers have been clawing back. 15 seconds remaining here in the third. Lawson goes to work, drives, he's bumped. Foul on the floor. Just the second team foul on Middle. Believe they'll get Morawski for that one, they do. That's his third. Middle keeps him on the floor for now. Lawson into the corner for Bailey, tough catch. He's doubled over there. Gets it to Johnson. Rico Johnson finishes at the rim. Middle has to hurry. Panzini, 4 seconds to go. Daniel to beat the buzzer. And after 3, Vineland still on top. Fighting Clan lead the Panthers 42-39. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by Corrado Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Fourth quarter action about to get underway here in Cape May Courthouse. Mike Frankel on the call with you as Vineland leads Middle by a score of 42-39 as we go to the fourth. James Lawson, 14 points so far here tonight. Bailey has 12. Morawski leading a balanced Middle attack with 10. Middle leaving some points at the free throw line there in that third quarter. And now the Panthers will have to fight to avoid the upset. 5 on the floor for middle. Morawski, Perkins, Daniel, Wabash, and Moore. For Vineland, it's Brown, Lawson, Davis, Bailey, Johnson. Panther basketball to begin the fourth. Here we go. Moore. Up top, Perkins, 3 in the tie, good. Vineland wanted a travel call there as they thought Moore kind of dragged his pivot foot, didn't get it. And Perkins continues a solid second half. Lawson up and under. They're going to say he's fouled on the way up. This is where James Lawson really did all of his damage in the previous round to win over Millville. Foul is against Moore. That's his third. So Moore has 3. Morawski has 3. DeVault on the bench right now for Vineland with 4. Lawson trying to put Vineland back on top. Off on the first. Good on the second. So middle a chance to move in front for the first time since early in the first quarter with a bucket here. Moore has it, hesitates, taken away. Moore's got to be careful. He's got the 3 fouls. Lawson down low. Brown wasn't ready for it. He's able to go out and scramble and grab it though. Just about a minute gone by here in the fourth. High post, Davis. Back to Bailey. Lawson in the corner. He'll pull, too long. Morawski the floorboard. Ahead to Daniel. Daniel going against Johnson, lays it off. Perkins, another throwdown as he screams toward the rafters. Kanye puts middle on top. First lead from early in the first quarter. Vineland looking to answer. And traveling. As Brown walked, and now Will Wareham wants a timeout. Can't get the official's attention, now he does. And a timeout on the floor. And so Middle Township on top for the moment. They led this one in the early stages of the first quarter, and they've been chasing the Fighting Clan ever since. But another big dunk from Kanye Perkins off of the feed from Alex Daniel has Middle on top by 1. Full timeout here for Vineland. We'll stay here. 3 of these Cal quarterfinals taking place tonight. 2 already in the books. St. Augustine a winner over Lower Cape May, getting revenge from a regular season loss just a few nights ago. And Ocean City beating Mainland for the 3rd time this season. Mainland an upset win over Cedar Creek in the previous round. So one half of the bracket is set. We got the game here tonight, and then Atlantic City takes on Holy Spirit in Absecon tomorrow. 2 o'clock tip. And then we'll have both sides of the semifinals set. Again, Tuesday night in Atlantic City. Championship game, once again, set for Egg Harbor Township High School a week from Saturday. Boys game is at noon this year. Girls game at 2. Middle Township girls already advancing tonight to the Cal semifinals. So after the turnover and out of the timeout, it'll be Panthers basketball. Looks like Vineland switching to a zone look defensively for the first time. High post, Daniel turns. Moore, Wabash. Back to Moore, they swing it. Morawski, high post Perkins. Kicks out, Morawski from downtown, down it goes. So the Panthers played that possession to perfection. The lead is 4. Middle stays man. Perkins again tasked with guarding Lawson. Here's Bailey. Back to Lawson. Wants to go to work on the big fella. Gets the step. Here comes the help. Splits the double team, left it short. Johnson went over the top but couldn't gather it. Morawski comes up with it. Ahead to Wabash. Thought about a three. Gives it up. Morawski drives baseline, lays it in. So much like the victory over Wildwood Catholic in the previous round, a tight game, and then in the fourth, Middle starts to step on the gas. It's a 6-point lead. Vineland desperately needs a bucket here to try and stop the momentum. Lawson, step back, in and out. Daniel the rebound. Over to Moore. Moore to Perkins. Wabash drives baseline and then floats a pass back out to Chase Moore. Vineland picks up man again. Got to watch from behind, and the foul is called. Be the first team foul against the Fighting Clan in the fourth. Here comes DeVault back in. Vineland can't afford to wait any longer. He's got 4 fouls, but he'll return to action with 4:39 remaining. Moore has it, picks up his dribble. Wabash. Lamar Greer says pull it out. Lawson pestering Moore. Moore between the legs, and a foul is called. Wareham onto the court to grab the basketball. He wanted a 5-second count. And giving the officials an earful now. Wabash to inbound. Into the corner, Morawski. Picks up his dribble in the corner, gets it up top to Chase Moore. To Daniel. Down low, Morawski, up in one motion, 2 more. So Mason Morawski taking over here in the fourth. The lead is up to 8. Daniel, a number of key assists in this game, another one right there. The pass is tipped and then grabbed by Perkins and saved to Daniel. It's all Middle here down the stretch. Under 4 to go in the fourth. Perkins. Wabash for 3, off the mark. Here comes Vineland. And timeout is taken by the Fighting Clan. It comes with 3:30 remaining in the contest, and Vineland all of a sudden trailing this one by 8. Tonight's game brought to you in part by ULME'S Appliance Repair, by CORRADO Painting, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by MENZ, Coastline Realty, by Victorious Boutique in Cape May, by Amanda Milstead, Sotheby's International Realty, by Penn Jersey Building Materials, by Sue White, Hub International Insurance, and by Panthers in Action. So both teams a chance to talk things over here. Again, if you're joining us late, the number 8 seed Vineland Fighting Clan front running most of the night. Vineland led by 7 points after 1, still a 5-point lead at the break, and carried a 3-point lead into this fourth quarter. But it's been all Middle here in the final frame. In fact, Vineland has scored just a single point in the period so far. So here we go out of the timeout. Same group on the floor for Middle. We've seen this line up at times tonight. No real point guard out there, but definitely some bigger players who can handle. Morawski, Moore, Wabash, Daniel, Perkins. 2-3. The defense here for Middle. Davis with a touch, gives it back to Lawson. Picks up his dribble, in some trouble here. Looking for some help. Floats a pass over the top to Bailey. Lawson gets it back. Step back. No daylight. Bailey steps into a three. Vineland wanted a foul called. Not going to get it. Pass ahead. Morawski up and under. Johnson commits the foul. Rico Johnson thought he got all ball there. And so it'll be free throws for Morawski. Down at the other end, Moore got up to contest that shot. Vineland really wanted a foul call, didn't get it, and obviously not thrilled with the foul call at the other end. So Morawski's up to 18 points tonight. The lead is up to 9, a chance to make it double digits if Mason can hit the second. Wabash hits the floor. DeVault rebounds, comes down on top of him. 1 of 2 there for Morawski. Lawson pushing, now he'll back it out. We're under 3 to go. Around a screen from Johnson. Whips a pass down low. DeVault for 2. Nice feed there from James Lawson. 7-point game, approaching 2.5 to play. Perkins, he'll try the 3 and hit. So Kanye Perkins has come alive here in this second half. He now has 14 points, and the lead for the first time tonight is in double digits. Middle leads 55-45 with 2:24 remaining. Middle Township Athletics live streams are being brought to you by ULMER'S Appliance Repair, by 7 Mile Pies, by the Bellevue Tavern, by Haven House, by CORRADO Painting, and by MENZ Coastline Realty. Coming down the stretch here in Cape May Courthouse, the winner moves on to the Cape Atlantic League Tournament semifinals. Middle Township, the #1 seed, had to fight off a good effort from number 16 Wildwood Catholic a couple of nights ago, and having to do so again here against the very talented number 8 seed Vineland. This is Vineland's first ever appearance in the quarterfinals, by the way. Fighting Clan want more, though. They were in good shape most of the night, but now some work to do. Lawson lets it roll. Now the clock starts. Around a high screen from DeVault. Deep 3 on the way, and he drills it. Lawson's up to 18. Lead back to 7. Perkins. Middle wants to slow this thing down. Moore. Bumps DeVault. Now he'll back it out. DeVault's got 4. He's got to be careful. He rides him, and that's 5. So DeVault just kind of got caught there in a spot where he had to pressure the basketball. And again, a little bit of frustration right now talking to the officials in his bench. Solid game from the senior, but minutes limited by foul trouble, as Wareham talks things over with assistant coach Al Gens on the bench. Those two deciding who to go with here. Again, Vineland without Chris Thomas tonight, a senior who's been key this season. DeVault fouls out with 6 points. And they'll bring on Christian Joins, I believe, for the first time tonight. Smaller guard. Here comes the double. Moore strong with the basketball, gives it to Perkins. We're under 2 to go. Perkins traveled. thought Wabash was open in the paint, then he wasn't. And by the time he found a different player, took an extra step. So Vineland gets the stop it needs. Now the Fighting Clan need another basket. Lawson. Deep, NBA three on the way off the mark. Johnson gets the rebound over Daniel, spins, gets 2. Johnson up to 10, the lead down to 5. Moore has it, back to Daniel. Goes over the top, Perkins, holds. Back to Moore. Comes the 5-second count. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Daniel. Daniel holding off Lawson. Perkins, and then right back to him. And they're gonna get the foul against Lawson. So that will send Alex Daniel to the free throw line. It stops the clock with 1:04 remaining. Just the second personal foul on Lawson, but obviously the 5th team foul of the period here against Vineland. So Daniel, another relatively quiet night offensively. He's been key in other areas. He didn't score in the win over Wildwood Catholic. Just 6 points tonight. A couple of big free throws here, though. Short on the first. Free throw shooting has been an issue tonight for the Panthers. Daniel hits the second, and then a timeout is taken by Lamar Greer in Middle Township. Comes with 1:04 remaining. Still just a 2-possession game. Middle leads by 6. Panthers had led by as many as 10 here in the 4th. Vineland had led this game, I believe, by as many as 8 at one time. Actually 9 now that I think about it. Ocean City already a winner tonight. St. Augustine already a winner tonight. We'll have another winner here momentarily. And Atlantic City plays Holy Spirit tomorrow. Then the semifinals will be set. Middle, the #1 seed in this tournament, despite just only being a few games above 500 on the season. But again, Lamar Greer loading up the non-conference slate. Middle has been battle tested against some of the top teams in the state. Christian Brothers Academy, Paul 6th, just to name a few. Here we go. 1 minute to play here in the 4th. Lawson, the rock in his hand. Guarded by Perkins. Mason Morawski looming for the double team. They forced the pass over the top. Wabash, unfortunate there, he caught it and then fell. So that's a travel. Clap the hands from him in frustration. It'll stay with Vineland. Middle really going with what looks like a triangle and 2 right now, matching up against Lawson and Bailey. Lawson with the ball. That means some open players. Jumper won't go. Johnson nearly had it, taken by Daniel though. And he's fouled. So the junk defense pays off there for the Panthers, as it certainly looked like a triangle and 2 for the first time tonight. Alex Daniel back to the free throw line. So another big trip here. Needs to make 1 to make it a 3-possession game. Greer yelling for Chase Moore to get on the line. Daniel trying to go 2 for 2 on this trip after splitting a pair of free throws moments ago. 3-possession game, 8-point lead, 30 seconds remaining. Desperation time for the Fighting Clan. The pass is deflected. Who wants it? Johnson picks it up. Still life for Vineland. Over to Bailey. Bailey, 3 on the way. Won't go. Battle for it in the corner. Johnson to Lawson. Vineland running out of time. Lawson hits, and a timeout is taken. So it stops the clock, but only 11.3 seconds remaining. Lawson makes it a 5-point game. But Vineland's still alive here, so the two teams will talk things over. Again, Middle is shooting free throws the rest of the way here. So you'd expect a quick trap attempt, if not a quick foul here. Try to extend this game if you're Vineland. Again, uncharted waters here for the Fighting Clan. First quarterfinal appearance in what's been an outstanding season. But as we just talked about, this is a battle-tested Middle Township team that's taken quite a few losses this year, albeit to really good competition all around the state. Daniel to trigger. Moralski, and the quick foul there by Bailey. So the teams will walk to the line again. Clock stops with 10.2 seconds remaining. And 2 free throws would just about seal it here. It would make it a 3-possession game again. Moralski, an outstanding game here tonight. He's got 18. So up to a 6-point lead. And this one would all but do it. Moralski knocks down a pair. Vineland's got to go quick. Down 3 scores, though. Lawson, Johnson, back to Lawson. 3 from the corner, short. Put back good. Not going to be enough, though, as Davis hits 2, but Middle Township survives. 60-55, the final. The Panthers have had to earn it through 2 rounds of the Cape Atlantic League tournament, but Middle rights the wrong that was last year's upset loss in the Cal quarterfinals, as the Panthers are heading back to the Final 4 of the Cal. Scoring totals in this one, in the win for Middle Township, Mason Moralski pouring in 20 points. Kanye Perkins, a big second half, he had 14. Alex Daniel had 9. Wabash with 6 off of the bench. Chase Moore, good all-around floor game. He finishes with 5 points. Hawkins had 3. Panzini had 3. In the loss for Vineland, James Lawson with 21 points. Dominic Bailey had 12. Johnson with 10. DeVault with 6. Davis with 4. Boone with 2. So Middle Township is moving on to the Cape Atlantic League semifinals on the boys' side and on the girls' side. It's been another fun night here in Cape May Courthouse. Thanks for joining us all night long. And now for Nathan McMaster and Noah McMaster helping us out here tonight. I'm Mike Frankel saying so long from Middle Township. Middle ×2 into the Cape Atlantic League semifinals.